here's the thing. When I first started beginning to read the Melville's Moby Dick, I got a nice edition of the book. It was Easton Press, leatherbound. They were offering it up free for those who would subscribe to monthly purchases, that kind of thing. I thought it was a steal, so I went for it. Yeah, got a few other those leatherbounds, Caesar's Gallic Wars, and Milton's Paradise Lost, sorry, that was a Harvard classic of Milton's works. Yeah, a couple of others. Off the top of my head, I can't remember, but I guess they're eventually. Oh yeah, and one leatherbound copy of Livy, which is pretty cool as far as I'm concerned. But anyway, Easton Press Edition, which is on my shelf right now. I'm not going to dig it out, or ow, hell, might as well since we're making a video, right? 1 second, I'll get it. Yeah, here it is. As you can see, it's leather bound. Alright. Nice, largish size, actually. It's Easton Press Editions have really nice interior binding, as well as they come with the attached bookmark, which is kind of a nice touch. I kind of like it. This edition is actually filled up with paintings, illustrations, and, it's a pretty nice touch. I think I saved some money getting this. Still fantastic shape. This thing will last forever. Gold leaf coated, right? It's like your Bibles or encyclopedias. But yeah, I got, as you can see, I got to a certain area in the book where it just stopped. Now later on, I came across, speaking of the Easton Press editions, when I went to grab this one, I found this one too. It's still wrapped in its plastic. I haven't touched it. But this is another, see that here, they come with the inner label, so you can, sign your name on that, stick it on a copy on the inside. And, one of the things, anyway, they're great. Would love to have more of them, but it's so damn expensive. And at the time, that was my thing, collecting books. But it still is. But now I'm a little bit, I'm more about the words I'm reading rather than the polished sports car of the book, right? It's just so. This one is actually another Melville, and it's Billy Budd and Benito Cereno. So those stories there, right? So very good, very good. Anyway, back to it. But later on, going to the thrift stores and stuff, finding good reads and stuff to bring home. I found a paperback version of the book, and what I decided to do, since it was a paperback version, I just took some contact paper. You might have seen this on YouTube. A lot of people demonstrate this if you want to preserve, your paperbacks for a good long while, and you don't have a nice hard copy edition of the book you're looking at. You can use contact paper, right, to coat the cover. You see that, how it bends around there and it looks like tape around? Well, it's actually contact paper just wrapped around the cover as a whole, protecting it. Can't get wet, whatever, can't break, crack, that kind of thing. It doesn't do that much in the way of protecting the spine from, reading foil, like, you know, or reading marks where the spine cracks. You know, what can you do? It's paperback. Any paperback you pick up, you know as well as I do. They start out smooth, and then by the time you read them through, right, open them, you get all cracked here and stuff like that. The kind of thing you would avoid with maybe your comic book or magazine collections, but not so much with a paperback book. But it has stood up for a while. So what I did was I looked at where I had left off, right, with the hardbound edition, and to preserve it, right, because it's nice, and, you know, I stuck it up on my library shelf and started using this guy, right, and picked up in the book, you know, right, where I had left off with the other. So I, you know, look, I already know how this story ends, right? But there's a big difference between engaging in the actual story, word for word, chapter by chapter. Oh, it's so rich. This book's a gem. Amazing. Retelling of the general tale just doesn't do it credit. I know, right? And I've seen a couple of the movies that go a long way in capturing the spirit of the movie, but it's still not the same. This is the shit. The book is the shit. Anyway, I don't want to get into that. But, you know, so I already know what happens, the story, the characters, from years of the movies and documentaries and descriptions of it, mostly through mainstream media, television, and a little bit in school. We touched upon it as children, but weren't asked to read Melville. We were given a watered down version of it. I'm talking about public school before high school. But anyway, yeah, so I haven't finished it yet. So, and I'm funny that way. Like, it's important to me to note the books that I've actually read and haven't, because a lot of people, well, I mean, it happens from time to time. People are discussing the works of this person and that person, and the truth is, when they're pressed, you soon find they never really read the book. Or, well, I didn't read it, I completed, you know. But you'd like to be able to say you read the book. That's why people who pick up with English Lit, for example, this is just, it's not important, but it's one of those things where a lot of people like to pride themselves on when you start talking about, say, Ulysses, that they actually read it, you know. And oftentimes the people who have actually read it are, in fact, themselves writing. So there's a difference there, but that's okay. That's all good and well. So anyway, I thought I'd put this on the list, but since it's not finished, and that kind of bothers me, I thought I'd start the recordings at this point. You know, at this point where I left off, so that in the process of recording an audiobook or my personal reading of it, I'll actually finish the book. I mean, I plan on finishing it anyway, but I've just taken my time with it. And, there's really no rush, since it's like that once you know what's going to happen. Anyway, let me look at something here. Oh, I see. Okay, probably not all like that. Okay, these chapters. I'm looking at the first 3 chapters here. Oh, that I see. I was going to say, what I was going to say is, wow, these chapters are really not long, but it seems they vary. The first 2 are super short. Okay, now here we go. Yeah, they seem to be pretty short. I mean, short in the way of pages, not so much in the way of their richness. Some are a page and a half long. Some of them are a couple pages. Some of them, the bigger ones, are 5, 6 pages, right? But the thing is, the reason I mention that is, dawned on me that perhaps what I should do is, if I'm going to be picking up midway, I should hit the beginning of the book again too. Start it from the beginning. Right? So maybe read a chapter. Right? Read a chapter from the beginning, and then read a chapter. Not put them together that way, but still I'm accomplishing two processes or whatever. I'm not sure how much space my computer can hold, because I'm starting to fill up here with a lot of book readings, introductions mainly the introductions to book at this point. Right? Some of them are complete, some of them are halfway through, etc. But anyway, so that's the deal with this. There she blows.